Hey YouTube. Right, today it is the Sword of Light. So here I'm at rune level 90 with +8 Somber, +20 regular weapons. And the Sword of Light is one of the new straight swords that you can get in the DLC. Now to get this, there is the Stone Sheath Sword that you get from an altar at the Ruins of Unt. And if you take that to a similar altar in the Ancient Ruins of Raw, however you say it, you get this sword. It's got C scaling in strength and D scaling in faith, and it has the Ash of War called Light. So when you press L2, you hold your sword aloft, and it's basically like a disco mirror ball. So there's all these beams of light that go everywhere, and it'll boost your holy damage for a short period of time afterwards. So I mean, it's a straight sword, so it's obviously good. The Ash itself, it doesn't do big damage, but it is situationally useful, as you can see there. So the beams go quite far and wide. Didn't quite finish off the host, but like I said, it's not big damage, but you can kind of see situations, particularly in PvE, where it might be quite useful. And in PvP, it's if you can land it, it's a cool finish. So these guys here, I've invaded right outside the boss room, so there isn't really any chance to split them up, you know. So you just got to do the dance and see what happens. I've got Ancient Dragon's Lightning Strike and Lightning Spear, sorry, and I'm trying to get them to the ground for a finish with the L2. No. But never mind, it was fun. And yeah, here we go. Yeah, you earned the bags, mate. You earned them. GG, well played. Now to round out the build, I have the Erdsteel Dagger with Sacred Blade, which we all know is good. To cast incantations, I've got the Gravelstone Seal. The reason for that, I've got 40 faith, and there's a few seals when you've got 40 faith which are kind of close together in terms of damage. So there's the Finger Seal, which you get as your starting seal, if you're Prophet or Confessor. There's the Godslayer Seal as well. The reason I went for this is because I'm using some of the Dragon Cult incantations. So I've got Ancient Dragon's Lightning Spear, I've got Ancient Dragon's Lightning Strike, and I've got Knight's Lightning Spear as well, the new one from the DLC. And there's a couple of other things that I've used as well. So there's the multi-layered Ring of Light, which I really like. You do need to catch your opponent stationary, so it might be when they're casting a spell, for example, and that'll do decent damage. Also tried Wrath from Afar. Gotta say, not a fan, just because it's so telegraphed. And then talismans, I've got Shard of Alexander, I've got the Bullgut Talisman for a bit of extra poise, Flock Canvas for the incantation damage boost, and I've also got the Cerulean Amber Talisman +3, which is from the DLC, so I get a nice little FP boost as well. And then in my flask, I've got the Holy Enlightening Tears, just because I've got those two damage types with my setup. So we have another invasion here where got a host and a phantom trying to make progress through the level. I've turned up, I'm being a bit of a nuisance, and they hold back for a bit, but eventually they try and come through and aggroed the enemy, so they've backed off again, but there's only one way through. So they got to play the game. Kind of interesting that it was the host that went first there. I do keep noticing in invasions, basically phantoms not doing their job. They're there to help the host through the level, obviously. So if that means taking one for the team, then that's the job. There we go, host down with Knight's Lightning Spear, which is super strong. And again, just Phantom, mate, it's too late. It is too late. Right, yeah, this one got a little bit crazy. But yeah, so here, a Phantom doing their job. When invaders turned up, they've come out to take me on. Fair play to them. See, the L2 worked quite well just to back them off. Didn't do a lot of damage, and fair play to the host. They've come out as well. But you got to be careful around here because there's lots of sheep. In my first playthrough, I came to this area and I thought, all right, lots of sheep. And then I somehow aggroed one of the big ones. So to see a ram that size doing lightning ram, it was it was something to behold. And there we go, host vanquished. That means I won. GG. And there's something else I have on the build as well, which you're going to see in a second, which is fire coil. Now, one of my last videos, I think it was an Int Faith one, someone commented saying, have you tried out fire coil? It's really, really good. And I hadn't, so I did try it in the Colosseum, and it's just insane. So basically you throw a fireball, but if you throw it unlocked and then quickly tap R3 as you've just thrown it, it'll just track whoever you're throwing it at. So these guys here, they're kind of they're stuck in the room. This kind of, you know, they've got enemies in there. I've turned up, so it should be any second now. There we go. That was nice. But the tracking on that, if you throw it in a big open space, it's like a heat-seeking cluster bomb. It's really, really good. So yeah, host, no phantom, kind of know where to go. Anyway, GG, buddy, GG. But the weapon, I like straight swords anyway. So particularly when I'm doing PvE, I will often use the Lord Sworn straight sword. If I'm playing Dark Souls 1, you know, I'll just use the regular longsword. I'll use the Balder side sword. You know, they're just really, really nice balanced weapons. So here we have a Phantom on their own. So whenever I invade, one of the first things I do is I open the game hub on PlayStation, and what it does, it'll tell me how many players are in the session. So if there's just 3 of us, there we go, we get a finish with it. Cool. So if there's just 3 of us, then I know it's me, it's the host, and it's a Phantom. Obviously if there's 4, then I know there's 2 Phantoms. So I kind of knew there, just by where the little marker was on the compass, that the host had made, you know, kind of further progress in the level, and the elevator had gone as well. So yeah, that Phantom was on their own. And I've been able to track them down, and yeah, they're having a bit of bother with the Lendel Knights. So here I queue up multi-red Ring of Light, which does, you know, if you've got someone casting a spell, or if they're being preoccupied by another enemy, it does pretty good damage. So if you don't have it on your build, I would recommend trying it. You get it on the way to the Saint Trina boss fight. So there's a misbegotten warrior, whatever they're called, down there. So you have to beat him. He's a bit tricky, but yeah, I'm sure you'll be alright. Right, these guys, Elden Ring's smartest gank squad. Here we go. So they are ganking, by the way. They're not interested in making any progress. So they're trying to bait me to come over there just so they can gank me or try and knock me off the bridge. But I'm obviously not going to play ball. So I say this in every video, Rabath's Cannon, it is so good. Even if you don't have the stats, as I don't here, it's really great as a nuisance, and you can knock people off bridges, ledges. You know, the tracking's really good, particularly from range if someone is running. So yeah, these guys are putting their nice rainbow stones down, but you know, you got to be careful standing there, mate. Oops. So now we have a host on their own with, you know, Bloodhound Fang, which is really, really great, obviously. But I just know he's going to spam the hell out of it. So there we go. Ancient Dragon's Lightning Spear. And what can I say? GG, mate. Bye-bye. And this invasion here, at the time, I thought he was doing Taunter's Tongue. But I did some invasions afterwards. I recognised the name, and he'd just gone into the boss room. So I think maybe his Phantom had, I don't know, just gone home or something, or maybe the summon hadn't failed. But no, he's he's on his own. Just the two of us in a corridor, so fair play to him. He does fight. He's got the rusted anchor as well, which is super strong, obviously. Really nice weapon. And I get off an L2. Got to be happy with that. And what else have I got? Ancient Dragon's Lightning Spear. And let's see how we can finish this one off. Bit of Earthsteel Dagger, Sacred Blade. Doesn't quite catch. So, here we go. The big finale. He's got Lion's Claw. There we go. There's that spell. Sacred Blade. And there we go. L2 finish. Nice. Okay, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, and you want to leave me a like or a follow, that'd be awesome. Stats and gear coming up. And I will catch you on the next one. Cheers.